Okay, so I got the weapon system down. Now I just need a game world. I'm feeling a desert level, some sandy vibes, you know? I mean, honestly, mainly because it's easy. It's just some sand and some cliffs, and it's the only level I'm capable of doing, apparently. So yeah, let's go with that one. Hop into Blender, make some sand, make a few different cliffs, put it in Godot, as usual. Struggle with the colliders, as usual. These mesh colliders have like a 15% chance of actually working when I generate them. If I make the model local in Godot, it works every time, but if I do that, it gets way harder to make changes on the fly in Blender and just re-import. But hopefully I'm not gonna have to make a lot of changes to these cliffs and the sand, so I think I'm good. And you see this water? Nice, right? That's Nakoda Ward's free Godot Wind Waker water shader. Now, what is the most important thing about a Borderlands clone? What do you have to have in a Borderlands clone? Borders. Just add an outline material onto every object in the game. And the outlines look stupid because apparently I exported my gun models from Blender without smooth shading. But it's fine, just go into Blender and apply the smooth shading and then export every single gun part again. And it looks fine. Then I just threw in some fitting background music to set the tone of the level. So Borderlands has these small lootable piles in every level. You know, sometimes it's like lumps of ice and sometimes it's poop. Now my level is a desert level, so it's too hot for the ice, and you know, basically my hands are tied. So there's brown piles that you can loot, and you might get a weapon if you're lucky. We need some enemies. To me, the most iconic creature in Borderlands is the bullymong. So my enemy design is based on what a bullymong would look like in a desert environment. And when it comes to the behavior of the enemy, I like the bullymong's lunges and the knockback damage they have. But I was also feeling very inspired by these creepy enemies from the first Ratchet & Clank game. These were terrifying as a kid. Anytime I would encounter them, I would just hand the control to my dad right away. I mean, the way they just creepily walk up to you and just stare you down, it's terrifying. It's you know, for a 6-year-old. Now I'm not scared now. I'm not. Anyway, so I take the bite attack and the creepy walk from this guy, and then I take this guy's sleep schedule and mix that with the bullymong elements, and I think we have ourselves enough ingredients to make an interesting enemy. Now I just have to give them a brain. So let's just start with the nav mesh and just tell the enemy, you can walk on this. And look, it wasn't smooth sailing all the way through. I had some trouble making it work, but eventually I got it working. And then I set up an animation tree to get the animations right with the sleeping and everything. I made a little state machine type thing, and I also added this cute little bite sound effect. Then I decided to spend the rest of my day struggling with the knockback effect. When I woke up, I decided to keep struggling with the knockback effect, but I had to move on. I mean, the knockback kind of works. There's just a small chance that you get launched in the air like you're fighting a giant in Skyrim. But I think that's fine. I mean, if Bethesda can leave it in, so can I. And oh yeah, I gave myself some health and a health bar. And then I gave him some health and a health bar. And then with the knowledge I gained from my engine comparison video, I made these guys ragdoll when they die. And also spawn some weapons. But I want several enemies on screen, not just one, so I can't have this boss health bar up top. Instead, I copied the damage pop-ups to make a pop-up health bar for each enemy. And I named them beakers because, you know, they kind of have a beak, and that's the best I could come up with. And I kept getting some more bugs with their movement that I had to solve. They started lunging backwards out of nowhere. But it's whatever, I fixed the bugs, it's fine. And I gave them a vision cone, so you can sneak up on them. And then I added some footstep sounds and some snoring. So if you sneak up on them and you're real quiet, you can hear them snoring. Just don't step in front of them because... Now we got a world filled with loot boxes and enemies and cliffs and weapons and questionable brown piles. Now these guys need a leader, right? Like a big boss, a boss battle that just, you know, you kill him and he just sprays loot all over, and when he